right, y'all. Welcome to the House of Vybez. Grab your wine. We got the vibes for you tonight. My first guest, Mr. Travis P. Jackson of HBCU Pride Nation. What's up, sir?
What's going on, Ace? How you doing, my brother?
Man, it's a new year. We got new moves to make. Fill me in on what 2021 looks like for HBCUs.
2021, first of all, today is an amazing day. It's inauguration day. We have a HBCU vice president, the first Black woman to be vice president. So that's definitely a plus. Then also we have Deion Sanders, who's the coach of Jackson State University right now, that's getting the boys prepared as well as becoming an advocate for HBCU football. So seeing what that looks like. Hopefully we can have homecoming season this year, because COVID knocked out the homecoming season for us. And it's so much that's happening with HBCUs, and I feel that the light and the respect and the acknowledgement for HBCUs is coming back, and it's coming how it needs to come. And then also on our behalf for HBCU Pride Nation, we have a podcast that we're about to launch February 3rd called Meet Me at the Captain Podcast. And then it includes 6 cast members. It's me representing A&T, Zena Conway and Rika Pesos from John C. Smith University, Darius Wells from Livingstone College, and Deborah Yassi and Funder from Winston State University. Just bring the HBCU experience to your ears, merchandise, just a whole lot, bro, and developing a real community out of all of our platforms. So that's the major things, man. I mean, there's a couple of the major things, and then I have some other stuff that's on the reps. So,
man, you've been doing a lot of philanthropy in the city of Charlotte lately with campaigns and stuff. As a young Black man, how does that move you to keep doing more?
You got to keep doing more because you realize that your purpose is bigger than you. Sometimes people find their purpose through the light that you provide them. And then also you got to realize that if God didn't choose you, He want to put it in you, and as long as it's in you, you will always have a obligation and a responsibility. But eventually, your obligation will become your passion, which will then produce your why. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you got to have a why over all of that. And my why is that I really just want people to understand they are greater than what they see on TV, and I want people to understand that you can take all your negatives and make it to a perfect picture, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I see the good in people. So, yeah.
Man, it's amazing because I'm always seeing you around and on the scene and keeping everybody up to par. What does Travis Jackson want to accomplish for 2021? Like, outside of HBCU Pride Nation, this is like the about Travis moment. What does he want to accomplish for 2021?
I can sum it up like this, bro. When you look at the words disappointment, disgrace, disqualified, and just those, right?
Yeah.
You'll see that those started with and disadvantages, right? And you realize that those start with DIS, but if you have a perspective shift and realize that you could put THIS, I want to turn my disgrace into the grace that I have to thrive for more. I want to turn my disappointments into the things that will appoint me to go higher. I want to turn my disadvantages into my advantages, and I want to turn the things that I felt disqualified me into my qualifications to go higher, bro. That's really what it is. I want to get closer to God. I want to serve Him at the end of the day.
My dog, I like that, man. I like that, bro. So, on a more brighter note, we got a HBCU alumni vice president. How did it make you feel on election night to know that it was signed, sealed, and delivered right then and there?
Man, I've been happy ever since, bro. Like, like this morning, I was shouting and everything. I done got called names because I'm supporting this woman. Everything, bro. And even though I understand people have validity to why they may feel the way that they feel or whatever, despite, I mean, because of past stuff, like, we as Black people have to build each other up, man. We don't always have to be like, oh, let us pull this person down, that person down, and just enjoy and embrace the historic moment that's happening right now. There used to be a time where people didn't believe that we'll have an African American president, bro, and we got that. There was a time they didn't even feel that a black woman could be in a high office, and we done occupied the president and the vice president with black, right? And then it's a lot of people saying she not a black woman, this, that, and the third. Like it's a whole lot of craziness, bro. But I am so proud to see that this woman is getting the opportunity that she is getting.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about her past. I know what people tell me, and sometimes they don't even have context. They only read on what they seen on social media, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you see, I got pictures with her. That's my dog. You hear me?
So let me ask you a question, man. And this is two black brothers talking.
Yeah, man.
Let's put a scenario game. Kamala Harris wakes up for the first day in office. She chooses her outfit. What is she wearing?
She better be wearing some. She better be wearing something that look as regal as what she had on today. A pantsuit, something, bro.
I would put if I had to dress her. If I got to dress Kamala Harris for her first day of work, she definitely putting on Chuck Taylor's. She gonna have on a Cuban link. Definitely gonna give her a grill. Right, we're going in that mud lit first day.
Hey, bro, I want her to wear some ones. That's what I want her to wear, bro. Hey, you know how Pastor Stephen be having all the Jordans and everything, bro. I want her to give us some Pastor Stephen a little bit, bro. Wear the J's, everything.
Some Jordans, a little jean jacket, a little Birkin bag.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, somebody was like, Travis, you know the vice president is the most boring position in the White House. I said, you do understand that you got an HBCU grad in there right now, right? She about to transform this whole now. Boy.
My boy Travis Jackson on the check here, bro. Let everybody know how they can connect with you on social media, how they can get involved with HBCU Pride Nation.
Y'all can find me at HBCU Pride Nation, and my personal is I am Travis P. Jackson on all social media platforms. I am Travis P. Jackson. Go. So
I appreciate you for coming by the House of Vybez, man. You be blessed, all right?
You too, my dog.
All right, my G. All right, y'all. Welcome back to the House of Vybez. And joining me right now, former NBA player, Charlotte native, Anthony Morrow, a.k.a. Frontline Fresh 2 on Instagram. What's up, sir?
What's going on, champ? How you doing, brother? My man Ace. It's always working.
Bruh, always working, always moving and grooving. It's a good time to have you, man. I know your schedule is busy. You're a mogul out here in these streets. What's going on, King?
Not much, bro. Shit, just right now I'm in DC.
Yeah.
But mainly, man, just working on everything, bro. Staying focused, staying locked in. And there's always got something going on, man. Staying busy. Too damn busy.
And speaking of busy, the clothing line is booming right now on Sister Style. Tell me about that, man.
Shit, man. You already know what time it is, man. We right now just finished making like some new stuff for like women. And we put the socks out recently. The socks did well. Probably gonna make some more of those. And shit, overall, man, really just trying to stay motivated, man, and stay locked in terms of being creative, man. Got some real good people working with me. Haven't really done no collabs yet. Looking forward to doing those in the future. But I only been around with this for about 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's really just a process right now. And It's fun, man. It's fun. The creative side of it is fun, and just basically being able to to look at stuff over the years and like ideas I've had and people that have influenced me over the years and being able to kind of like write that into my like tap that into my creativity on my own, which is where the name came from, whole sense of style. So we're gonna keep going, man. I love it, man. It's really fun. Obviously it's one of them things where it's a oversaturated market, but
Yeah.
being able to do something that you just like because you can do it and you can bring your creativity and your ideas to life through fashion and art is dope to me. I always wanted to do that.
Speaking of creativity with fashion and art, what are your creative juices like when it comes to just overall creating apparel? Like creatively, what has the last 2 years been like for you?
It's been dope, man. Like, like just seeing, I mean, when I was a kid, like I used to, I remember when I was like 7, 8 years old, I used to draw shoes. So
Yeah,
I would see people with Jordans on, like my mama couldn't give me no Jordans. So
yeah,
when I saw people in school with Jordans on or pennies on or Barclays on, I would come home and I would make my version of those shoes. And I would tack them up on the wall. So my whole wall was just shoes. So I was like, I'm gonna make shoes one day. Like I'm gonna work for Nike or something. Like that's what I was thinking. So
yeah.
like I thought I was gonna do that, even when I got in college, like I'm gonna do something with shoes, passion or something. I love shoes. And then it ended up being like, okay, basically they end up being like, okay, I still like that, but at the same time I want to be able to wear it and make apparel. And Kanye was a huge reason for that when I was older. You know what I'm saying? Because I always thought he thought outside the box. And Pharrell, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Those
And
are those are two ghosts that definitely think outside the
yeah,
box from the fashion and
yeah,
creativity overall.
yeah. So that was like where it came from. So like now it's almost like I kept that same mentality as a kid and how I looked at creativity and just basically, like I said, like wrote it into what I'm doing now. And that's just something that I always wanted to do. And now I mean, anything can inspire me now. Like I can see anything. Like I'm talking about anything. You might see a street sign. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, um, I went to the African American Museum in DC and was super motivated, like just by seeing different pictures from like the '60s. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
'70s and '80s. A lot of our heroes that they don't get the attention or they don't get they're not the household names, but they made a huge impact. Whether it's music, art, whether it's sports, and you see them and you see those pictures of them, and you might think like, "Hey, I'm gonna put that on a hoodie." You know what I'm saying? Like it could be anything like that now. So yeah, I spend more time in museums now because that's like that shit is super motivating, bro. You know what I mean? So what it is.
So speaking of being motivated, what is life after basketball like for Anthony Morrow right now? Like,
It's cool, man. I mean, it's more like family time and being
yeah,
a dad, obviously, which I love that. Like that's that's always number one. Being able to tap into stuff that the seeds I planted while I was playing that those 10 years,
yeah,
being able to like tap into those seeds I planted. You know what I'm saying, and make everything else grow outside of basketball.
yeah,
But I tell a lot of athletes and young dudes now, um, like make sure you're starting to think about what you're gonna do after,
yeah,
because right you and I understand like people always say that looking from the outside in that never played in the NBA or played professional sports or was an entertainer or a rapper. You
yeah,
can say that, but to somebody where your life every day is based around your livelihood is based around basketball or football or rapping or whatever, and you locked in, you making money, it's hard to tell somebody to think about something else.
yeah,
Because you like, man, I don't want to lose focus on this. Like, if you telling me on a Sunday, yo, you need to think about real estate when I'm 25 years old and you making millions of dollars a year, and like we play against the Lakers tomorrow, I'm like, I'll worry about that when it's time. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But as you get older and as time goes, a lot of it ain't. People think they gotta make the transition right then in that conversation, but I'm like, you don't have to do that. You just gotta be tapped in to see and seeing what other people doing in that organization that you're playing for, or any organizations you're playing for, like the executives, the owners, the GMs. Those are people you got to really tap into because they already have other businesses. The more you know about them, the more you know about what they do, and the more they become like an asset. You know what I'm saying? So I took advantage of that while I was in the league, and it helped me out a lot. And then not being an asshole. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes, a lot of dudes can't go. You can't talk to nobody because the way you was in the organization, they're not trying to share no information with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, it's just that, man. Giving the game back too.
Oh man, what was draft day like for you when your name got called? Like what was that feeling like, bro? Like, and I can see the smile on your face right now. What was that night?
I'm laughing because I'm finna tell you what really. I'm gonna tell you. Oh no! So, draft day for me was I was at my homie's house.
Yeah.
I just did his podcast yesterday. Shout out to Lewis Clinch. He went to Georgia Tech with me, and him and his girl at the time they had like family housing because she was about to have his son, and he was younger than me. He was a junior. I was a senior. We was watching the draft. First half went by and get picked. Yeah. I went to sleep for the second half and woke up and I didn't get drafted. So I was undrafted. So the whole process was I had to basically try out for the Miami Heat. I had to try out for the Miami Heat Summer League team. Yeah. End up making the team. You got to try out for a Summer League team. Like, wow. You really on the outskirts. You know what I mean? And I ended up making that team. My man Daquan Cook, shout out to him. He ended up separating his shoulder. And it was messed up, but it gave me opportunity to play. So I played well in his place. He was getting showcases. He already had got drafted first round the year before. Yeah. So he was playing Summer League just because they wanted to show like our draft pick got better. You know what I mean? And once that happened, then I went with the Warriors and I played with them with 2 more Summer Leagues. And the last Summer League with the Warriors, I ended up getting like MVP in Utah Summer League. And they signed me. And then I still had to it was like an undrafted, like a second round contract, which you could get cut at any moment.
Yeah.
And I had to play my way into being fully guaranteed by like January or something like that. And I ended up getting fully guaranteed. And then the second year was like, well, you're a pro. And first year, my rookie year, I led the league in 3-point percentage. The only rookie to ever do that in the history of the NBA. And then my second year, I was like top 5 in 3-point percentage. And then that's when I signed like my first lucrative deal with Jersey for like a 3-year deal. Then just went from there, bro. But definitely came through the back door on the folks, bro. It wasn't no I tell people all the time, like I'm the best player in the city for 3-4 years in high school, or 2 or 3 years in high school. North Carolina Gatorade Player of the Year and all that. I'm like, man, it don't mean nothing because there's a lot of them dudes out there. You got to be able to. You can't just think because you're better than these dudes in your neighborhood. You better than these dudes on your team. You better than these dudes in your conference in high school.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, it's like 100 more of those dudes, like really elite guys in every city in America. So what's gonna separate you? You know what I mean? So this is just the vision,
gems, man. Anthony Morrow dropping some free game. What's your message to the young athletes that are coming in the game now? Just the amount of young basketball players are being produced at a expedited rate. What's your message to them as far as being professional and doing the right thing coming in?
In terms of being professional?
Yeah.
It's layers to that. Like obviously, like work on your game. Obviously, like it's easier to me in terms of just basketball right now. I'll start with that. Like I would say working on your game, like it's easier now because they got like YouTube. Like if you say like Allen Iverson and Kobe, other than Mike, was like my favorite player, and Ray Allen.
Yeah.
So I couldn't go on YouTube and see drills and workouts that they do like you can now. Like you can go get a full tutorial of a Kobe workout on YouTube right now. And I'm like, I can go outside and do exactly what I saw and do this 100 times, you know what I'm saying, in a row every day until I perfect it. You ain't really had that when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? So like now they got more access to their favorite players. You say you like Damian Lillard, then go YouTube him and work on them same moves 100 times every single day. You know what I'm saying? So like it's more that like that's discipline though, Just having discipline to go. And if you say you want to be that or you want to model yourself after that or that's inspirational, then you can go see it and do it. You know what I mean? In terms of being professional, that start like I tell like when I talk to my godsons at Combine Academy, Makai Grant, my little cousin Jalen Curry that's advanced, a few other little homies that I talk to. You know, I start in the house. So I'm like, hey man, like, you know, this little stuff like, hey, do some stuff before your mama get home and be proactive and watch how she reacts to it. That's part of being professional. It start there. You know what I'm saying? Wash the dishes or something like. Go wash her car. It don't take that long. 15 minutes, bro. Go wash the car. Be proactive. She ain't got to tell you to do something. That's professionalism. That's how it starts. You know what I mean? So like it goes from there, and then you translate that to. I said it's gonna translate to the court. You do better off the court. It's gonna translate on the court, and then that's what translates to the next level. You start seeing that. You know what I mean? So I tell them, man, go do some proactive stuff, man. Like go cut the grass, see what she say, without her telling you to do it or something. You know? So that's what I say. Just start now with that proactive mentality.
Definitely got to be proactive. Well, boy, Anthony Morrow on the tech end, man, I really appreciate you for coming by the House of Vybez and being a guest on the show. Make sure you guys purchase the Own Sense of Style clothing. Let them know the website so they can go and purchase right now, man.
I got them. Well, first of all, Frontline Fresh #2 on Instagram, Mr. Anthony Morrow on Twitter, OwnSenseOfStyle.com, Own Sense of Style on Instagram, all one word. It's the Life Podcast. Shout out to my partner Justin Jack, man. We got the podcast going. It's on YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, all that. Check it all out, man. It's the Life Podcast on Instagram, all one word. Everything all one word.
My man, appreciate you for the tech end, brother. You be blessed and more blessings to you, more wins to you in 2021. I look forward to connecting with you once everything clears up, man.
For sure, Ace. I'm gonna holler at you, boy. Good seeing you, man. Keep going, bro.
Good seeing you too, brother.
You already know.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the House of Vybez. I got a very special guest with me today. She goes by the name of Chel. She has a hit single called Nasty Woman. How are you today?
I am great. It's a good day because, you know, we just got a new president and vice president. Feels really good. So
this song, Nasty Woman, what was the brains behind this whole song? Because it seems like it couldn't have come at a more pivotal moment.
You know, it's funny because there's two sides to this story. And actually, I wrote this song year and a half ago, a while ago. But the first part is that my grandma, who I am very inspired by, for the holidays gave me a little bit of money. And so I was like, I'm going to write a song in her honor. And she was this powerhouse woman who she was in the first class of women to graduate from Wharton Business School. And then she had 4 kids. And then she went back to law school at 45. And she worked for 2 presidents, and she marched for women's rights, and she marched to end the Vietnam War. And she just did a lot of really amazing things and continues to still do a lot of amazing things and instilled in me through my life that, like, I could do anything as a woman. And and so I'm a very firm believer in until we are all equal, no matter your gender, your race, your religion, all of those things, until we are all equal, we're not doing it right. And so I want to do my part to continue to move that ball in any way that I can. And so that was one side to this song. But the other side is, you know, I'm not a huge Trump fan. Sorry for anyone who's listening that is, but I'm not really that sorry. And he continuously called these women like Nancy Pelosi, Meghan Markle, Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris, he kept calling them nasty women. And I was thinking, you know, these women are the furthest thing from nasty. They're strong, they're educated, they are powerhouses. And so I thought, what a great way to flip that word, to reclaim the word and flip it. And so I made this women's empowerment anthem called Nasty Woman. The funny part is mostly people just hear nasty woman and they think I'm talking about being nasty, probably sexually.
Because when you played it on Clubhouse, that was the first thing I thought. I said, okay, this about to be like some left field, nasty, freaky stuff. But turns out I actually like the song.
Yeah, no, I thought that, well, thank you. First of all, thank you. But I thought that was one of the fun things about the song is, you know, taking a term and you know, music is meant to be subjective. People can hear what they want. If all they hear is nasty woman and think that it's a sexual song and that works for them, like, I'm here for that. But, you know, I also really love being able to talk about something I care about and to do it in a witty and clever way.
Yeah. So what was the backlash that you got from people when you first put the song out? Because I know a lot of people wouldn't. Some may have been receptive to it off bat, and I know some of them may have had some comments, and you may have gotten some nose snares and stuff.
You know, it's interesting. I really got mostly positive feedback. I did lose a bunch of followers.
Wow.
But you know, those people were probably not people that I cared if they followed me or not anyways.
Yeah.
Because if I'm honest, I feel like a lot of the people that support Trump's movement tend to support things that I really stand firmly against. And so, yeah.
So what, like, my question to you is, how does it make you feel to see the first female make her way into the White House as Madam Vice President? Like that has to be a huge feeling for you.
No, it's you know, when I watched on the night that they won the election, and they were giving their speeches, I didn't expect for this reaction for myself, but as Kamala was giving her speech, I started crying. And it like, I'm not an overly emotional person, but it just kind of shook me. And, you know, she's doing something that no woman has done before. And it feels like a huge breakthrough, not only just for women, but for race. And I think, I mean, it gives me hope that we can continue to make more steps in the future. I think, if anything, it gives people hope. It gives people, and hope is a powerful thing. Even though, you know, I think we still have a ways before a lot of things change. I think when you put that bug in people's head that there's hope for change, we can start to really make some big movements.
Got it. Definitely agree. I'm excited to see what this new administration brings. I know that a lot of things are going to move swiftly and quickly. Speaking of swiftly and quickly, I want to hear that song. Like, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for that song.
Okay. Well, so I have speakers plugged into my computer, and I'm going to play the backtrack. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear everything fine. But if not, like, just wave your hands at me.
Let's do it. I got you.
And I'll stop and we can figure it out.
Let's do it.
All right. This is Nasty Woman. Told me to sit down and be quiet. Told me that's the way to be or lady like. Don't try to keep me in a box. Dealt with that my whole life, now I'm speaking up. Cause I've been overlooked, underpaid, turned away. I wanna pay next day, hell to pay. I send a little message, it's about to get messy. Get my hands a little dirty, yeah. Cause I'm a nasty woman. Yeah, I'm a nasty woman. Oh, I am your mother, your sister, your wife. I am that one bitch that you told to think twice. You see, I'm in the air you breathe. You got the table and I'm here to eat. Cause I've been overlooked, underpaid, turned away. I wanna pay, not today, hell to pay. I send a little message, it's about to get messy. Get my hands a little dirty, yeah. Cause I'm a nasty woman. Yeah, I'm a nasty woman. And darling, I'm coming for you. Yeah. Cause I'm a nasty woman. They've taken our voices and made all our choices. But darling, I'm coming for you. Been woman against woman and made us an object. But darling, I'm coming for you. Cause I'm a nasty woman. Yeah, I'm a nasty woman. And darling, I'm coming for you. Yeah. Cause I'm a nasty woman. Cause I'm a nasty woman. Yeah, I'm a nasty woman.
Oh man, I love that song, man. I really do. That song is like dope and it's catchy. Let everybody know how they can follow you on all social streaming platforms, how they can get your music, follow your career, follow your journey, and all that good stuff.
Sure. It's Music by Chel. That's CHEL. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Clubhouse. Everything's Music by Chel. Music by CHEL. If you're looking me up on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Amazon, whatever streaming platform you use, I would type in Chel and the name of one of the songs, Nasty Woman, Friends, Amen, Thankful. It'll pop right up.
And speaking of Clubhouse too, look, all the artists are on Clubhouse right now. Like, it's so many creative artists on Clubhouse. If you guys have not created an account, make sure you do it. Make sure you subscribe to the show now on YouTube, Afro Black. YouTube.com/Afro Black. Hit that subscribe, hit the notification. Every time we have an episode, you guys will be the first to watch it. Miss Chel, thank you so much for joining the show.
Thank you for having me.
And I want you to be blessed and you make sure that you win big in 2021 and beyond, okay?
All right, you too.